Hello, everyone. Welcome out into the courtyard here at Bethany. Blessed to have you with me today as we get ready for the gospel on August the 1st. I'm looking ahead a little bit, and August the 1st gospel is just beautiful. It's Jesus saying to everybody that had followed him to Capernaum, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry. Whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. Beautiful promise. It's also related to a bigger story, which is Jesus trying to convince everybody that spiritual bread is much more important than physical bread. What does he mean by that? I've often asked in First Communion classes parents to share with their kids what communion felt like to them the first time that they received it. It's a very powerful moment. I've talked about this moment before. In some ways, you're kind of nervous. You're usually when you receive your first communion, you are a child, you're a kid, and you're a little bit nervous about things. And maybe the wafer gets stuck to the roof of your mouth like mine did, or you decide the wine doesn't taste all that good. But beyond that, there's the feeling of communion. And part of that is communion, community. You're part of the family, so to speak, in that moment. You're receiving the body and blood just as everybody else in the congregation are doing also. There's something very powerful about the connection we have to each other and to Christ in that moment. But there's also literally that connection not just to each other and to Christ, but that connection to the Last Supper, to those moments when Jesus was sitting with the disciples in the upper room on Maundy Thursday, just hours before he was about to be arrested, and saying to them, this is my body, which is being given to you. Do this always in remembrance of me. This is my blood, which is being shed for you. Do this always in remembrance of me. There's a lot of power in those words, in those thoughts. You can't help but feel raised up spiritually when you receive the body and the blood of Christ. So when Jesus says, I am the bread of life, I am the manna in the desert, I am the one that brings you true sustenance, true life, you can't help but be uplifted by knowing that that is what you are receiving in those moments, not just bread to quell your hunger for an hour or two, but a bread, a spirit that will help you to live, truly live in communion with everyone else through all time and places, with the disciples themselves, with Christ, with God. We are connected through that incredible meal. And so when Jesus says to the people, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never hunger. Whoever believes in me will never thirst. Think about that for a moment. In coming to Christ, in being connected to him, we never have to be hungry spiritually again. We are connected to the one who is the sacred heart of God. We are connected to the one who is literally God incarnate, who is God's love incarnate in the world. We are connected to him in communion. What a beautiful thought. What a beautiful sacrament Holy Communion really is for us. Truthfully, Jesus really is the bread of life, and we are blessed to receive that on a regular basis. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Go in peace, serve the Lord, and thanks be to God. Amen.